Okay, it is 7 o'clock. I would like to call to order the May 18th, 2026 meeting of the Downers Grove Board of Trustees. Would everyone please rise for the pledge of allegiance? Would you like to lead us? Sure.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, could we please have a roll call?
Yes. Supervisor Savage,
Present.
Trustee Soul,
Present.
Trustee Frio, absent. Trustee Zerba,
Present.
Trustee Moreno.
Present.
So we have a quorum.
Yes, we have a quorum.
Okay, it is now time for public comment. Residents will have an opportunity to speak during public comment. Comments are directed to the supervisor. We ask comments to be kept to 3 minutes and address Downers Grove Township issues. Please refrain from profanity or personal attacks directed at individuals and be respectful of all residents. We remind you that public comment is not a Q&A session. Thank you. Would anyone like to make a public comment? With no further comments or discussion, the public comment portion of the meeting is over. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of the board meeting from April 20th, 2026 as presented?
So moved. Second.
Are there any changes to the minutes? Seeing none, the minutes are approved as presented. Is there a motion to approve the trustee audit and approval of bills and claims as presented?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. All right, as part of my supervisor's report to begin with today, I would like to invite Corin Hammond, who is our chair of the Mental Health Advisory Committee, to come and give us an update on what the committee has been doing.
Hi, I'm Corinne Hammond, and I'm excited to talk to you today about our Mental Health Advisory Committee. Who we are? We are a group of 8 individuals, volunteer, appointed by Supervisor Savage, to address our mental health issues here in Downers Grove Township. Our mission is to support, advise, and assist the township in trends, in needs, in helping providers reduce stigma, and improving access to services for all individuals. So we have been meeting since the fall, and in January we began inviting providers that are boots on the ground into our meetings to provide updates on what they're seeing, what they're doing, what their needs are, what their barriers are. I want to start with Heather Libby, the Village of Downers Grove social worker. She was phenomenal in explaining to us the efforts by which this municipality, Downers Grove, has added a social worker to assist, and how that is kind of spreading out through all the municipalities within the township. Statistically, 80% of all calls to the police are mental health in nature. So Heather Libby has done amazing work and has brought the police department the Blue Envelope program, which is something that began in the East Coast. It is not statewide, it's not even countrywide. Naperville started it, and Downers Grove has kind of forged a path in engaging with this program. What it is a way in which individuals who may not have a typical response to being pulled over can communicate that that might be the case to the police, so that it reduces harm. There's a reduction in stress for all parties involved. There's a reduction in potential for violence. This is an amazing program, and I want to say that because Downers Grove is blazing the way, Darien has now picked this up as well. Darien has also engaged their own village social worker. We're hoping to engage Fur Ridge, Willowbrook, all the rest of the municipalities in the township. This is really, really amazing work that they're doing. We met with Janelle Robinson of Hope's Front Door. Hope's Front Door services all of DuPage County, but is based right here in Downers Grove, so that was really amazing to hear all that they're doing to support the community. We work with Grit 2. Grit 2 is focused on District 58 and District 99 in supporting through peer support groups, and then also giving advocacy and information to adults. We met with the Community House, which is in Hinsdale. The Community House has been around for 85 years. Everything they do is focused on improving the mental health of the community residents. Their biggest barrier right now is access to follow-up care and its proximity. So they're working on trying to find a second location so they can service all of the Hinsdale community. And then lastly, we met with Mrs. Aisha Kim of Hinsdale South. She is very engaged in that southern part of Hinsdale, working closely with the Community House and other providers. Really amazing work that she's doing there. We are not just inviting people in, we're also out in the community where we've been. We just attended the Community House Mental Health Walk that was yesterday. It was a beautiful day, lots of colored chalk everywhere, but it was really, really great. We attended a Grit 2 provider forum. There were about 6 providers that provide throughout the entire township. All 6 providers raised the alarm that our kids, and I'm saying kids from preteen all the way up to young adult, are struggling with anxiety. School avoidance is through the ceiling, and anxiety, and then the parents don't quite know what to do, how to help, how to get somebody motivated to go to school. So that was really an interesting, eye-opening forum that we attended. We attended the DuPage County Homeless Prevention Project and toured the Loaves and Fishes food pantry. We've attended now 2 DuPage County Mental Health Symposiums, which is all the townships get together. And then lastly, we are working with their sister advisory committee, the Youth Mental Health Advisory Committee, headed up by the amazing Erica Blanco-Lev. So where we're going, we invite you to come. Anybody, it's an open meeting that we meet here in this office, actually in this room, the second Monday of every month at 4 o'clock. Our June presenter will be someone from the Ray Graham Association. We're looking to engage a provider who specializes in substance abuse treatment for July, and then faith-based providers from there. We're also looking at building a structure for September. September is Suicide Prevention Month. I was speaking with the board president of D86 yesterday, and she, as I'm sure most people know, that D86 experienced 2 pretty close together young adults who decided to take their own lives. She's still pretty focused on that and tearing up when she was speaking about that. And they have instituted like a questionnaire, and have found that there's a surprisingly high amount of young adults coming into the D86 high schools who have already considered taking their lives. I've also spoken with the lead of the Railroad Safety Commission, and he says there's a massive spike in suicide by train. So we're really looking into how we can impact, what we can do, and whether that's amplifying messaging, whether that's bringing in providers, whether that's having a forum. I'm not sure what that is yet, but we're looking to build that out. And again, we invite you to come if you have ideas.
What day is your rate?
Second Monday of every month.
Second Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
4 o'clock in this room.
Right here.
Right, in this room.
Do any of the board members have questions?
What is the police's response to the blue envelope?
They love it, they love it, they talk it up, they're all excited to be able to show other townships, other municipalities,
Okay,
how useful this can be
okay.
in de-stressing a situation, and and honoring someone who may not have a typical communication style.
Can you describe more how that works?
Yeah, so the blue envelope contains driver's license, insurance information, and maybe some information as to, hey, I might not look at you in the eye, I might have atypical hand movements, I might start screaming and making like inappropriate to you vocalizations. This is how I'm expressing myself. This doesn't mean I'm becoming aggressive towards you. It also provides information for the individual who may become very, very stressed. And it very clearly says, keep your hands on the wheel, keep your eyes forward. You know what I mean? It's very, very structured situation.
There may be loud noises, flashing lights, the radio, I mean, it lists all the things the person can anticipate as well, not just the police officer, but it has reminders, general reminders for the police officer as well on the back of the card, and then for the person who's being stopped.
There's considerable evidence where someone who may respond in an atypical fashion is misinterpreted as becoming aggressive. And people have lost their lives in that situation, so.
And there is actually legislation in Springfield to implement the Blue Envelope program statewide. However, the last version I saw of it is only for people on autism spectrum. In Downers Grove, they have expanded it so that it could be anybody with a cognitive impairment, people facing dementia or any other kind of cognitive impairment. And I forgot to ask, can you guys hear me back there?
Thank you.
Great, thank you, Glenn, and your committee is doing a fabulous job, and I'm glad to see how engaged everybody on the committee is. So for the rest of my supervisor's report, tomorrow marks the 1-year anniversary of our official term in office, and I want to thank the trustees, the other elected officials, all of the staff, and our community partners for making the transition run smoothly. We have an amazing team of employees throughout all areas of the township who are committed to serving the residents of the township. And this afternoon, we had an all-staff celebration committing to, sponsored by Assessor Bowles, Highway Commissioner Klistek, and myself, and organized by Clerk Raudenbush and the supervisor office staff. And it was an opportunity to have everybody in the township team together in one place at one time. And today was the first time I met most of the highway maintainers and some of the new assessor staff that I had not met. And of course, since the highway maintainers are not ever over here, it was good for everybody to be able to see them here together, and hopefully everybody got enough to eat. We have had an eventful year with the establishment of the new committees and expansion of programs. We've continued to expand the Senior Advisory Committee engagement. That committee has been running for a number of years. And then in addition, we established the Youth Services Advisory Committee, the Mental Health Advisory Committee, and the Veteran Services Advisory Committee, all of which are now working. We established a building operations working group, which is all of the elected officials, and not the trustees, but the highway commissioner, the assessor, the clerk, myself, and our operations and communications manager. And then we have established a great relationship with the D99 internship program. We will be welcoming our 6th and 7th interns this summer. We've restructured staff to create an operations and communications team, which included adding 1 full-time position, and we've also increased 1 part-time position to full-time as a public services assistant and deputy clerk. We conducted a community survey that informed the development of our communications framework. We have increased social media presence through the work of our interns. They are doing the work, and it is being guided by Ms. Maria Sanchez, our communications and management coordinator. So we also are revamping the website for a better user experience and for compliance with federal law. We have expanded outreach to community partners through our committees, as you saw in this presentation, through the local chambers and through the SEED Coalition, which is the coalition of community groups down at Hinsdale Lake. We've updated the employee handbook, which had not been updated since 2021. We increased the number of off-site programs for seniors, including 1 Saturday per month. And we are planning America 250 event for Flag Day on June 13th and possibly some other America 250 programs. But on June 13th, we will be having the Flag Day celebration at the Oak Hill and Oak Crest cemeteries, and more to be said on that later. Last month's activities, we had 70 senior events with 1,255 check-ins. Last week, which wasn't last month, it was this month, was the largest attendance of the year with 423 check-ins. We had 42 new passport applications and 8 renewals. The medical lending closet has 142 items on loan, which is 58% of the inventory. And John back there has inherited the medical lending closet, and he's doing a great job with it.
Thanks, John.
General assistance had 10 clients, giving out $3,680. Emergency assistance grants, we had 8 for $5,165. We've had additional assistance. The clients were 42 clients for a total of 60 clients and $11,752 distributed. That does not count the money that they will be getting credited through LIHEAP. That money flows through the county, we just take the applications. So some of those 60 people were LIHEAP. What have I done this month? I went to the Age Guide breakfast. Age Guide is the organization that runs the Older Adult Act programs for Northeastern Illinois. So that is what funds the Meals on Wheels through the DuPage Senior Services Council. I went to the Metropolitan Township Association Strategic Township Workshop. That was pretty enlightening, and I will have some information to share with people at a later time. Senior Advisory Committee, Willowbrook Burridge Chamber, Willowbrook State of the Village Address, which Mayor Trilla gave, and Mayor Trilla was here last month for one of our spring socials. Went to the MTA Capitol Day with Clerk Ronna Bush and in Springfield, and we met with Representative Laha. We had a really good meeting with her, and we met with a senior advisor, Rob Barron, with the Lieutenant Governor's Office to discuss food education. You'll hear more about that, but because the Youth Services Advisory Committee is trying to start some stuff up there. We I went to the senior lunch meetup at JoJo's in Willowbrook. I assisted Fish Food Pantry on the letter carriers food drive day. They received 6,400 pounds of food. I attended Just Us Seniors, which is an opportunity for seniors to weigh in on programs that they would like or things that we could do better. So they always have a lot of good ideas. Went to the Mental Health Advisory Committee, the Youth Services Advisory Committee, the Downers Grove Affordable Housing Focus Group. Downers Grove is studying affordable or accessible housing. And then we had our staff lunch today. And then on today's agenda, you will see 6 resolutions recognizing Mental Health Awareness Month, Asian American and Pacific Island Heritage Month, Memorial Day, Flag Day, Juneteenth, the day commemorating the end of slavery in the United States, and Older American Month. Do any of the trustees have questions, or any of the other elected officials have questions?
More of a comment, like, wow. I was like, I have to go after her.
Well, you started it with dragging me to the Westmont State of the thing at 7:30 in the morning, my first day last year, which is coming up Wednesday.
And it started at 8:30 this year instead of 7:30.
And I'll be there.
All right, good stuff. I was going to remind you about that one. That's at the, was it the
The band.
BAM theater instead of like where it was before, so good stuff.
Yeah, going to the chamber luncheons and different events, and some of the staff have gone to the business after hours, have been very rewarding for us because we meet a lot of people and we're able to make more connections out in the community. So thank you for getting me started on the right foot last year, even though it was at the crack of dawn.
I should vouch, she was at 7:30 in the morning on her very first day. She was at the Westmont, City of the Village. We were both there at 7:30 in the morning, but it was her first day. It was impressive.
Okay. With no questions on my report, may we have an assessor's report?
Yes, Supervisor. Mine will be much shorter. So we have the senior freeze notices are going to be coming out at the beginning of June, sometime around June 2nd. They told us today. That's their plan. Let's see, we're working on 2025 PTAB cases that are coming in now, so we're working on getting those processed and getting our evidence in. I did want to get back, I had an inquiry as far as the number of staff that we're currently at now. We're at 9 full-time, 1 part-time, and 1 summer intern. So that gives you an idea. The summer intern is full-time for the summer, but then we'll be going back to college, there. But this is their second year with us, second summer there, so we're good to get some experience going back for a second year. It works out well. And that's kind of the exciting stuff. Still got an open position that we're taking a look at. We did, as I mentioned last month, I think it was Sharon Anderson retired after an awful lot of years with the township. But right now we've got enough people that we're working on getting trained, and we're trying to make sure that we're ready for closing the books, early again this year. We changed it, so we're trying to really get it done. We're the largest township. We want to try to get it done toward the end of August, early September at the latest, so that we get the big township out of the way, and that helps the whole close of the county to get us going, to get us done. And that way we won't be such big crowds around Christmas time exactly.
Do any of the trustees have a question for the assessor? Okay, hearing none, may we have a highway commissioner report?
Absolutely, Supervisor Savage. Starting out, we finally put these snow plows away. I know it might seem a little late, but you never know. So we did get those officially put away and hidden. So at least from the highway department, spring has arrived. So that is always good. Speaking of spring, we have started our ditching program. This is where we will go out in certain areas of the township and re-ditch the areas where we notice flooding, where we notice low flow of stormwater. Traditionally, the township has done 4 weeks. Noticing the first year I've been on the job that there's a significant amount of phone calls with regards to flooding in the township, so I have increased that to 6 weeks. So We've done a 50% increase in the budget and to address those concerns that residents do have with regards to flooding. We have started our branch pickup. This will go through the end of June, where we go through each section. There are 5 sections in the township where we pick up all the branches. They're left over from the winter season and then the spring leaves that residents might have. In addition, I am looking for 4 full-time employees for the summer. So we're looking to hire 4 employees in June, July, and August. We have applications available on our website. The time would be 6:30 to 3, and we hopefully have enough applicants to start June 1st. So more likely looking for college and high school students over the age of 18. Mostly cutting grass, doing random maintenance such as guardrail painting, striping in the township. So, well, and the reason for this is this allows me to keep my employees working on other stuff. For example, doing more dishes, addressing some issues in parks, so that the higher end job classification can keep on going, and I can have some other people work on the easier stuff, you can say. Lastly, the Downers Grove Township, we did our first ever Take a Student to School snowplow event. So this past winter, one of the PTAs approached me asking, is there anything that the highway department can do to help with a fundraiser to help raise funds for the local school, El Sierra in particular. And so what we came up with was take a student from their house to the school in a snowplow. All right. And at this year's event, the winner was Jack Monty. And our department had a really fun time. We went out and made a banner for the student, and we picked them up at their home and took them to school. So all the kids came out. The principal allowed them to come out and meet Jack once they arrived. I'd like to say the event was a success because the principal communicated what we did at the monthly principals meeting here in Downers and in the surrounding areas, and I have a few other principals that have reached out to doing something similar for next year. So I think this is a wonderful event. You just go to the student's home, parents are there, they take pictures, and the parents will follow us to school, and all the students come out and meet their fellow classmate and get their picture taken in front of the big yellow truck here on the end of the township. And that concludes my report.
Bel Air might be North Township, just so you know.
Okay.
Just in case you did ask.
We'll take we're already Pride, we'll take our trucks over there.
Do any of the trustees have a question for the highway commissioner? All right, hearing none, we have a clerk report.
Okay, very short and sweet. So we've had some bid openings, and we've done highway and supervisor's office. They were successful. We, as far as from a facilitation standpoint, and us who have not done it before, it was a learning experience and went very smoothly. And we learned that anytime there's a bid opening, we will be flooded with some FOIAs afterwards, but because we have a very nice summary template to send, and it's an easy FOIA to respond to. So we're organized, and we learned how to do something new, and got it done.
Are there any questions for the clerk?
Yes.
Just a quick comment, it's such a wonderful job that we're doing another bid, so we're actually,
Yes, on June 1st, I'll be back from my trip to make sure that we get that done for you. And then we'll be ready to respond to those FOIAs.
yes.
Thank you.
Is there any old business? All right, hearing none, we will move on to new business. Is there a motion to approve RES 2026-0518-1, recognizing May 2026 as Mental Health Awareness Month?
So moved. Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, the motion carries. Is there a motion to approve Res 2026-0518-2, recognizing May 2026 as Asian American and Pacific Island Heritage Month.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carried. Is there a motion to approve Res 2026-0518-3, honoring Memorial Day, May 25th, 2026?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion carries. Is there a motion to approve Res 2026-0518-4, honoring Flag Day, June 14th, 2026?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries. Is there a motion to approve Res 2026-0518-5, recognizing Juneteenth, June 19th, 2026 as a day commemorating the end of slavery in the United States?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Is there a motion to approve Res 2026-0518-6, recognizing May 2026 as Older Adult Month?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion carried. Trustee comments and discussion.
It's a two-part question. Is there a influx of requests for gas cards with a price of a gallon going up to $5 or more? And if so, should we allocate more funds to purchase more gas cards?
So there is an influx in requests for all types of assistance. General assistance is pretty much staying flat because people have to have no other source of income to qualify for that. But gas cards, grocery cards, utilities, rent, there are a lot of requests for those items. There seems to be a little bit of an uptick on that. We have had donations of some gift cards, so we do have a fair amount now, and Fish Food Pantry has some gas cards as well.
And they've been seeing increased demand as well, fish.
They're having some increased demand in the food pantry as well, and but they do have a nice stock of food for the time being, so that is good. The community has been very generous for the food pantry. We can put something on the agenda for gas cards next month, but I mean, that is one of those kind of discretionary things in the general assistance budget. So, you know, we can probably move some things around without a resolution.
Okay.
But we can, you know, we can't vote on it today because it wasn't on the agenda, but we can put something on there for next month.
Okay.
Other trustee discussion? I enjoyed meeting all of the staff today. That was fun. Especially to meet the highway maintainers because we never see them.
They're always out and about working. Yep.
And I kind I might even remember all of their names.
Mhm.
I don't remember all of the assessor employee names yet, but those will be easier to get because I see them sometimes.
And you always have an open invitation to come over and say hi. So, even anytime you want, again, say hi to them.
The one easy one over there is Dan, because there was a Dan and now there's a Dan and
Yeah.
Tom has a Dan too. So, all right, if there's no further trustee comments and discussion, may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We are adjourned at 7:36.
There you go.
Thank you all for coming and joining us.